This is starting. I think we're starting.
We're starting.
That's how it starts.
Push it with your dick, dude.
It worked! I am Ray Taylor. I clearly don't have a regular job.
I was never really into comic books growing up. Like, I was a geek.
You should tell your face that, because you look exactly like
I do.
Watch the fights.
Fuck yeah, I watch the fights.
I'm Keith Spurlock.
I watch every kind of pornography.
I said,
all right, counteract my cancer that I'm giving myself.
Right.
I smoke weed after every cigarette.
What were we just fucking talking about? And this is the Inspired Disorder Podcast. I'm not going to allow you to have an opinion on this just because you're wrong.
Is anyone else's podcast about like jerking off and UFC?
What's up, everybody? We are back
again
in the studio. And we're going to play some UMC for real this time.
Yeah.
We're not going to do an hour and 45-minute spoiler review on a movie that we didn't
really like that much.
Pretty much almost, I don't know what the runtime is on Alien Covenant, but it's probably
about as long as it lasted.
I think our Logan review is kind of similar, super long. But anyway, but for different reasons. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. It was almost, the apartment building almost built down.
It almost built down a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
I was laying here and I kept hearing this annoying noise.
Yeah.
And
it's like a beeping, like a faint.
Yeah.
Like beeping.
Very faint. Sounded
like,
almost like it was coming from outside.
Or like a car alarm or like some kind of
weird alarm.
Some kind of alarm.
And I opened the door and the hallway's filled with smoke because some asshat thinks that because the laundry machine is this tall that they can put clothes all the way to the top of it.
I've gotten pretty close to that. I like to pack the washer.
No
but
wonder.
Those are also dog shit machines.
Yeah,
like,
they're not meant to be packed like that.
There's been recently, there's like the last, maybe not the last time I did laundry, but like the 2 times before that, I was taking shit out of the washer to put in the dryer, and it just, the little ball thing, the detergent ball, was just clumped up. Like it didn't get enough water in the fucking...
even melt that thing?
Yeah, it happened twice. And I think it's just because our hot water is so... I just do cold water now.
Yeah.
Only. And it seems to work better. But I don't know. And then the dryer is always like... I just put extra quarter in now. And it gets it mostly dry.
Mostly dry.
Unless you have like jeans or a towel or something. But yeah, I'm not... I mean, for sure, overloading it's not a good thing, but it shouldn't also, like usually newer like products will have fail safes. So if it's overloaded, it's like a
stops.
It's like it
Instead
go on
of burning
tilt.
The belt.
Yeah, go on like a pinball machine.
The belt on fire.
You try to fuck with the pinball machine too much, you'd get a tilt because there's a little pendulum inside. If it hits it's like the little operation, and it just tilt for trying to fucking manipulate it. I'm sure they have. I mean, newer ones.
Why does the ball always get stuck and I wouldn't have to fucking tilt it? God damn it.
Well, that's a different thing, but yeah. So apartment almost built down. Can't say burnt.
With that built thing,
I can't say burnt. But yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Watched some movies last night, kind of, after we recorded a podcast about a movie we saw that day.
Yeah.
Rewatched Major Pain. That's probably the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
We watched a few movies. What were the other ones?
I don't know.
Major Pain. I think there was like 3.
None were good movies, but...
Oh, we watched My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
My Cousin Vinny's great. And then something else. But... I mean, Major Pain was okay. It's like definitely a movie of the 90s.
Oh,
a kid's movie, kind of. Like, I mean, like, as much as Bad News Bears is a kid's movie, like, rewatching the original Bad News Bears is like, there's so much, like, racist, like,
cursing,
shit you
racist, tits.
Yeah, you couldn't say any of that shit now. I mean, you could, but it just... It offends
driving with
a lot of people.
A bunch of people's kids in your car.
Yeah. Oh, and, like, I'm sure there was, like, underage alcohol or some shit. I don't know. That movie was crazy. But, yeah, Major Pain was all right. My Cousin Vinny was great.
I still don't think Marissa Tomei. I'd have to look at the years.
Let's see. We're here. Let's see. Marissa Tomei. Hey, what a search engine. Actually, way better than Rotten Tomatoes. I guess I could have just seen what year My Cousin
we'll have
Vinny
to find
came out.
out what year through this.
Yeah. Oh,
And the dog's upset about her treat.
treats too. You want to go help her out with that?
Yeah.
While I look this up. Yeah. I should know better to try that treat again. Give the dog a fucking little Kong treat usually. Put a treat in it. Keeps her occupied for most of the show. Okay, I'm not finding... I missed it somewhere. Oh, there it is. My Cousin Vinny came out in 1992. Academy. 1992. I don't know if IMDb will give me this information. Oh shit, it's the wrong monitor. No, let me do.
Probably be more of a Wikipedia type.
Yeah. Sick. Oh my goodness. For 1992, I said?
Yeah.
Bam! Come on, internet. Okay. Well, I don't want to know the awards. I want to know JFK came out that year. Let's see. There's nominations, presentations, performers. Let's see. There we
Best
go.
actress. What'd she win? Best
So it's be
supporting?
2090. Oh, maybe supporting. No, so this is the wrong year. So maybe it's the next year.
This was 1991.
It's 91.
So 65th Academy Award.
See what the Academy Award Oscars official for 1992. Because I think it's the next year. Are you serious?
See, I think this is 91 as well.
Yeah, so where we at? 93. Here we go. Bam, Marissa Tomei, Best Supporting Actress. Actress in a leading role, actress in a supporting role. Husbands and Wives, never heard of it, never seen it. Enchanted April, never heard of it, never seen it. Howard Zahn, have heard of it. Don't know about Vanessa Redgrave's performance. Damage, heard of the TV show, never heard of the movie. So,
I stand corrected.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Still,
My Cousin Vinny, just it was the right year for. I mean, it was a good performance. It's not like it was bad acting.
no, it wasn't.
It's just it wasn't a dramatic performance. She didn't cry. She wasn't the typical white bummer. Let's give this white bummer award. Yeah. But My Cousin Vinny was fun.
She's an out of
Also-
work hairdresser.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it. I mean, the movie's basically just her and fucking DeVito,
Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Jesus.
I mean,
Are
similar
you
guys.
sure?
Yeah. But
Pontiac Tempest.
Yep. Pause attraction, man. It was fun.
Limited slip differential.
Yeah. There's I mean, she said a lot more than just those words. Like, she sounded like she worked in a, she
She
knew
did.
what she was talking about. Although so did Pesci.
The Utes.
I mean, because it was like she was the witness that got him off, but he still had to figure it out by looking at the pictures. I mean, maybe she was going to tell him when she gave him the pictures, and he gets all, oh, look at this picture. It's fucking great. Look at tire marks. Look at you breaking the case wide open. Oh, now this one, me in the shower. This one's the greatest. Yeah. So she didn't get a chance to tell him, so maybe she would have, but like nowadays they made that movie, for sure it would be, the woman would be like, I fixed this,
Yeah.
right? Which is fine. I mean, she technically did fix it.
She did.
But under restraint. Although she did call... Who'd she call? She called her friend in the law office to give a fake recommendation of freaking Ryan Callow or whatever. He kept changing his name.
Joey Callow.
Yeah.
Not Joey Gallo.
Yeah. But yeah, great movies on HBO. Which they get some... There's a lot of, like... I mean, they have a good selection of, like, mostly older movies.
Yeah.
They'll get some newer movies, like a couple of the summer comedies, and like, they get the DC movies. But, just everything with this dog today. Chill.
We got a vicious protector.
Oh, my goodness.
In studio today.
But yeah, it's whatever. HBO.
It's not TV.
I don't really watch
It's
too
HBO.
many of the comedy specials. I watched Gerard's newest one, 8.
Yeah.
And then his first one, the one that the Comedy Store one. 8, like where he filmed it, is fucking gorgeous. Like the most gorgeous special. It was like in the round, but it was in this like, looked like a high-end like dining room, like in a fucking super fancy, gaudy decorations, kind of like old school kind of look to it. And then like the ceiling's lifted up and there's like the balcony seating above that, and then he's kind of in the center. Really cool room. I don't know what it's meant for. I've never...
Yeah.
It's not a traditional whatever. And it was good. I mean, he's a good comic. But I haven't really watched Sarah Silverman special.
I don't get on the HBO app much.
Yeah. But anyway. Well, let's play some UMC. How about that?
We can do that.
All right. Before we do that, go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/inspired disorder. It's where you can donate to the show. $1 a month, $12 a year is pretty cheap. Donate more, get some perks if you want extra shit. Patreon.com/inspired disorder. Check it out. Donate $1. And let's get into the Ultimate Movie Championship, brought to you by patreon.com/inspired disorder. This is where we go to flickchart.com and we play a little game. We're given 2 movies. We decide which of the 2 movies is more deserving to be on our top movie list, our ultimate movie list. Holy shit. Right out of the gates. If it goes to a tie, we go to judges. We can't decide. We go to judges. Rotten Tomatoes. Critic review. If that's a tie score, we go to our fan score.
Yep.
It's only happened once. So former champion is on the top of our list for a long time. Office Space versus Batman Begins. Probably, definitely the last set of DC movies that were any good. Although I've heard better things about Wonder Woman. As opposed to like a couple months ago, it was not sounding good. So I don't know if like they were able to fix.
Zack Snyder just left Justice League. Well,
good.
His daughter committed suicide like a month ago, and that's why he left.
Well, maybe she saw his movies.
Oh. Oof.
Come at me, Zach. I apologize.
Office Space
horrible.
for real.
That is horrible. Yeah, Office Space for sure.
Yeah, I just read that before we started. I was like, oh, I don't like his movies very much.
Maybe there is a god. He's like, we need better DC movies.
I do not know what this...
Maybe he'll come back a better director. Maybe this will... I don't know. That sucks, though. Anyway, I've not seen that movie.
Looks like
Genesis, Evangelion. Yeah. Contact versus William Shakespeare's Romeo plus Juliet. The stylized fucking... what's his face? Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Shot modern, but used all the original dialogue.
It actually kind of, like, in a way, at least from the trailer, kind of reminds me of the new King Arthur movie that's out.
Yeah.
Like, overly stylized shots with probably more modern music. But Contact. Apollo 13 versus X-Men.
The original.
The original. 2000.
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13. I mean, Houston, we ain't got no problems. The People versus Larry Flint versus Seven. I really like the People versus Larry Flint.
So did I.
I mean, probably
thought
one of the
Courtney
best
Love
Whitney
was
Harrelsons. Yeah, she
fantastic.
played a really good fucking herself.
She played a really good
Basically,
herself.
she just showed up and they filmed her. She probably didn't even know she was in a movie. But, I mean, yeah, good performance for her. I mean, great performance from Harrelson.
Woody, yeah. But I still got to go 7 on this one.
We still got to know what's in the box.
In the box.
Because of gluttony. I Love You, Man versus RoboCop. Basically the same movie. Movie about man love, boy crushes, and just dudes being dudes. Slapping a bass. Slapping a bass.
I got to go RoboCop on this one.
I Love You, Man was all right.
It's all right.
It's a romantic comedy with two men, basically, in a platonic romantic comedy. Which is whatever. That was like a trend for a minute. There's a few movies kind of like that.
Yeah.
Seemed like. But I don't really give a shit about RoboCop either. Paul Rudd and Jason Segel
Are both
I
in better
enjoy for sure.
romantic comedies.
I know,
Each of them.
but I mean, I don't know. I'll go RoboCop, I guess. All right, Shaun of the Dead versus I've never heard The Serpent and the Rainbow.
No.
Ooh, Evolution versus Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Evolution was like a fun B
It's
movie.
fun, yeah.
Head and Shoulders
It
wins
comes
the
about
day.
yeah. Donkey Lips
Yep.
and fucking the dude from all the Kevin Smith movies.
Mm-hmm.
Say
Yep.
it's like Head and Shoulders.
Mhm.
Like what? It's the active ingredient.
Yeah. It's what I read. Shaun of the Dead. I'm assuming we're
Yeah.
going with that. Yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. I don't
Think the first one?
That is not the first one. Is it the
Yeah,
first one?
I think it is.
Okay. Okay, I've seen that then. Versus 40-Year-Old Virgin, where boobs feel like bags of sand.
40-year-old virgin
For
for sure.
Not my favorite of the Apatow movies.
No, but it's still another.
It's a classic.
It's better, and it's got Paul Rudd in
for
it.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, he did. He just lost, though. Jackass the movie versus Iron Man the movie. The first of both franchises.
I'd say Iron Man.
Yeah, I'm good with Iron Man. I
Jackass
enjoyed the
is
first
a
one
TV
probably the
show.
most.
I mean,
yeah, it's still funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny whatever. Saving Private Ryan versus The Shining. Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Saving Private Ryan.
All
on that.
day.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. That's one, if it shows up somewhere, I'll probably revisit. I haven't revisited that in a while. Inception versus Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Boys have penises, girls have vaginas,
Yep.
and we've chosen Inception.
Yeah. They made a sequel, which is basically a remake with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I heard.
And I think I started to watch it and it's like, oh, they call it 2, but it's a remake. It's like as far as I remember, I could be remembering it wrong. Up versus Down. Saving Private Ryan versus Up.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private. Up is great. Up
Yeah.
is like super emotional in the beginning. A little montage of like
Of his wife dying and
Yeah.
him being fucking lonely as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly versus Rushmore, not less. I mean, I'll go Rushmore. It's not my favorite Wes Anderson, but I mean, I'm not a huge spaghetti western fan.
Yeah, the Man with No Name trilogy, I wasn't really
Yeah,
into that. We'll go Rushmore.
yeah.
But I've seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's
Yeah,
not a
me
bad
too.
movie.
No, it's just not my kind of
I'm
movie.
just not a Western guy.
No, I like some westerns, but more modern. Because they're more action movies than
Yeah.
anything. The Messenger. Have never heard of The Messenger, but Up is back against Air Force One. Get off my plane. I'd go Up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting matchup.
Get off my plane.
That's one I wouldn't mind revisiting either. Just, I know it's not going to be a great movie, Air Force One, but, you know, see what the 90s action movies were like. Charlie's Angels, the first of the reboot, well, I don't know what you call it, or adaptation from the show. Did they ever do a movie from the original Charlie's Angels?
If it was a TV movie.
Yeah. Versus Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams reboot.
Yeah.
The Lens Flare Spectacular.
Lens Flare Spectacular.
Yep. There you go.
I'm gonna have to go with the Lens
I
Flare on this.
Lens Flare too. But
Not
that
a-
it was
not a huge
super
fan of it,
distracting.
but
it's alright. I don't mind the newer Star Treks because they're more just action movies.
not just talking.
Yeah. The Sixth Sense versus my favorite of the Riddick franchise, Pitch Black.
Ooh.
The first of the franchise. And mainly because I haven't seen, I think I saw
You
whatever
probably
the first
saw
Riddick
Chronicles
movie.
of
Yeah,
Riddick.
and then I don't think I watched.
And then the one after that's just called Riddick.
Yeah, I never saw that. I mean, Sixth Sense for sure.
Yeah, I'll go Sixth Sense. But I really
like Pitch Black too, but Sixth Sense is just a couple notches above. Me, Myself, and Irene versus Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I'm gonna go Me, Myself, and Irene on this.
Yeah. Fast Times is alright.
It's alright, but I'm not a huge fan. Like, I've seen it multiple times, and I'm never like...
Seen it a couple times.
It's like...
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a teen movie meant for not my generation.
It's exactly what it was.
Yeah, but it like doesn't hold up. Like there's some movies that hold up that are kind of from that time. When was it? 82. But yeah, Me, Myself, and Irene was probably the last really funny Jim Carrey movie, and the last Farrelly Brother movie that was funny. Although I did enjoy movie 43, I think it's called. And they did I don't know what segment they did. It's kind of like a bunch of like wacky.
Yeah, I've heard that
short.
that's terrible.
I kind of enjoyed it. I've heard the same thing. People hate on it.
Well, like
I mean it's just like a ridiculously
a bunch of, like, stars to even be in it in the first place. Like,
listen, if you're a fucking star getting tricked in, like, one of the skits is like somebody's got balls on their chin. It's like, you know, it's ridiculous humor.
yeah.
And there's one homeschooling one that's fucking hilarious. I mean, it's kind of hit or miss on some of them, but it's a bunch of little clips. Twister versus Misery. Two movies I enjoyed. Well, I probably enjoyed Twister more when it came out. But revisiting both of these movies, less. Don't like them as much. Because I've seen way better, like, disaster movies than Twister have come out.
Yeah.
And then Misery, it's like a simple movie, but I've seen like that kind of simple like thing done.
I'm still gonna go
better.
Misery on this just because.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Super well acted. Only a few people in it anyway.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a nice little tight story.
Just for the hobbling scene alone.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some painful moments in that. The Flintstones live action.
The first one.
It's not Viva Rock Vegas.
No, so this one has what's his face as Fred.
The guy that's in everything. Well, not everything, but he's in a lot of shit.
It's, the dad from Roseanne. Why can't I remember his name right
John
now?
Goodman.
John Goodman. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis.
Man, I'm the one having to remember names.
Rick Moranis is Fred.
Yeah. Wasn't he was John Goodman was in the second one too, right?
No,
they changed it up.
Yeah,
was it Lovitz?
It was like Frank Caliendo or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
I
hated the Flintstones. I love the
Rosie
cartoon.
O'Donnell was Betty, which
I love the cartoon. Growing up,
so did I.
The movie was dog shit.
It's terrible, and I was still relatively young. I was 13 when it came out, and I was like, "This is
stupid,
terrible.
This is
dumb.
I'm too old for this.
Yeah,
shit.
I'm way too old for this shit."
Versus Kung Fu Panda, which is a fun animated movie.
Animated movie not done by Pixar.
Yeah,
it's Kung Fu Panda.
Yep.
Yeah, that Flintstones movie that should have been a home run.
Not really. Like, they're just trying to sell back old franchises. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, I mean, it wasn't that old back
It's like
then.
name like the Dukes of Hazzard one was dog shit. Like, I don't know, the fucking Beverly Hillbillies movie was stupid. The fucking Brady Bunch movie was stupid.
Charlie's Angels one was purposefully stupid. So does that win?
But that was like cheesy action stupid. It's not like, and I don't know. That one somehow worked. Somehow, at least the first one was decent.
First one was all right. I don't
But
know. I don't even remember what
all
the
of
second
the
one
other
was.
ones. I'm surprised they didn't do like a fucking, what was the Trapped on Island one? 3-hour tour.
It's Gilligan's
Island. I'm
Oh,
surprised
sure
they
that'll
didn't
be
do.
coming.
Well, that was all back in like the 90s when they were rebooting all those franchises, those TV shows that were on like daytime reruns.
Yeah.
That were growing up. Now they just do. Now they'll reboot something that came out. I mean, like Avatar, the cartoon. Like, it was a couple years after the season was done. They're like, let's turn this shit into a movie and fuck up the franchise.
That cartoon was so good compared to that movie.
Yeah. Monsters Inc. versus The Exorcist.
I had to go The Exorcist on this. I'm not even a big horror fan.
I'm not either, but I'll probably go with that. Although, second most adorable character in a movie, aside from Baby Groot. But, yeah, I'm good with The Exorcist.
Your mother sucks dicks in
I remember they did a re-release of that while I was working at the theater, and I got to watch it in the theater. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool experience. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original, not Charlie, yeah. Versus Mao, Deer Hunter.
I gotta go with the Chocolate Factory.
I did too, yeah. Deer Hunter's, I mean, I've seen it once. I saw it. It's like, it's a well-made, super, like, it gets you. It does its job as far as making
It's pretty slow, though, until, like, it's
There's some just crazy scenes. Like, the fucking Russian roulette scene is crazy. I mean, a lot of that movie, but I haven't seen it in forever. Great acting, though. But, yeah, Willy Wonka.
Now, if that would have been Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Fuck no. Fuck that movie.
It was terrible.
It's Tim Burton and fucking
Johnny Depp.
Yep, and fake midgets that were super tiny too.
Yeah, way too small. That dude's hilarious though. The guy that played the Oompa Loompas, and he was in Big Fish, and he was in.
He's probably the best actor. I mean, I'm sure there's good actors that work
Deep
with
Roy, I believe, is his name.
Right. I wonder if this is gonna flip.
It's gonna
here.
flip.
Let me.
I haven't seen this thing anyway.
I haven't either. And I would be fine if I never saw The Terminal. Oh Jesus! I just hit skip on something. God damn it! All right, Patch Adams versus American Psycho.
Psycho. I'm gonna go with Psycho.
Faux show.
I believe I saw Patch Adams in the theater.
I saw American Psycho in theater.
My mom was like, "This looks great. You want to go to the
fun
movie?" And I was
kind
like,
of-
"Okay." And then it's like, well, it does get decently sad there.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is a hospital kind of thing, so people do die.
I've never
or
seen
get sick.
Eastern Promises.
It's all right.
Is that Viggo Mortensen?
Yup. It's a pretty good movie. So Robin Hood, the Disney animated classic, versus
I've never seen Broken
Flowers is not. It's like it's something you'd see at like a sci film theater. It's good though, but it's that kind of independent movie.
Bill Murray seems to do a lot of independent movies.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, sure, let's have some fun. The Aviator, the Avatar, versus Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. I was not a big fan of The Aviator.
I mean, it's a little long. I liked it, but it's just a little long. Like, he did a lot of different things in his life.
Yeah, Howard
And
Hughes
it's
did
not
a lot.
it's not as fun. Like, Forrest Gump is kind of a similar movie where it's like, oh, now he's doing this thing. But at least, like, Forrest Gump is like a different kind of disturbed person.
Yeah.
Like, he was more of a dumb luck kind of fall into shit. I invested in a fruit company. Robin Hood. I'm good with that. Jumanji, the original, versus.
I don't think you have to say that because the other one isn't
Didn't
out
Jack
yet.
Black? Oh, it's not out yet. Oh, that was
The
some
Rock
other remake.
and Will.
I was thinking of Goosebumps, I think, or whatever that.
The
Jack
Rock,
Black
Kevin
kinda-
Hart, and I think Jack Black might also be in that.
and Jumanji.
The new Jumanji.
Kevin Hart and The Rock again. I don't like it when movies keep same team ups. Like if we saw, fucking Mel Gibson and Danny Glover
and
in
everything.
another movie, it's like, what are we doing here?
Well, I mean, who's done that the best though? Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
I guess, but that's like of the time that happened a lot. Like, because even just studios, like actors were locked into a studio. They couldn't just work with anybody. It was like, I think it may have been changing around then, but I guess that worked. But like, I don't want to. It doesn't mean it's gonna work now. Like, I don't think Kevin Hart and The Rock are the next fucking Richard Pryor and fucking, yeah. But I don't mind The Rock, and Kevin Hart. I don't mind his act. I like his acting more than his stand-up, just because his voice is grating. It's nothing to do with him being funny or not. He's like kind of like a Chris Tucker, kind of like a whiny voice. It's like I don't want to hear whiny voices, like ranty, whiny voices. Like if Joey Diaz had a get your balls out of your ass, like that's what it sounds like when they talk. Versus The Running Man. Jumanji versus The Running Man?
I'm going Running Man.
Was that the one we saw recently?
Yeah.
Did we just rewatch Running Man? Yeah, I'll go with that. If I didn't rewatch it recently.
Where it's in the future and he has to fight his way through.
Like a TV show.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like the Mockingbird, Mockingjay movies.
And then the dude, the host, was the old host of the Family Feud, Richard Dawson.
I don't remember that. But Contact versus The Devil's Advocate. Contact. Easy.
See, I liked The Devil's Advocate. I know some people that didn't, but
not a fan. Not a fan of that movie at all.
All right, we'll go.
I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I was just like, I just don't care to watch it again. Nothing in that movie really. As far as I remember, maybe I'll revisit it. I think something different. Came out same year, though.
Pretty sure you could see Charlize Theron's tits. That's all right.
I'm pretty sure I could just look it up without having to watch a whole movie around it.
Yeah, but you couldn't back in 1997.
I know. Technology's great. I don't have to watch movies for boobies.
That was a lot of what movies were watched for back then.
Fuck yeah. Wild Things. Showgirls.
Showgirls 100% because there's nothing redeeming about the actual movie.
No.
But there's a lot of fuck scenes.
I don't even remember. I just remember it was one of those movies, but I can't. It's
that
not a movie that I
And the
like.
other chick that was in the movie with her, that girl was in like every fucking fuck scene for seemed like the mid-90s.
Right. I'm going to just reopen the website here.
And I forget that girl's name, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't it's not really stats that need to be stuck in my brain. All right, hopefully this works here. Children of Men versus the Blues Brothers, the original. Well, it's not 2000, so I guess that's Children of Men.
Yeah.
For sure. Not a huge fan of the Blues Brothers.
It's a fun, goofy movie. But
Yeah, I like that one better than the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Even though the second one, it's very much like Wayne's World, where the second one's like, oh, just load up with the cameos.
Yeah.
Even though the first one had a shitload of cameos, but... All right, I'm going to hold. Motherfucker. Stepmom.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I have. Actually, I think I may have, but I don't remember it. Any Given Sunday versus Happy Feet.
Any Given Sunday?
Yeah. That's a movie people shit on, but I really enjoyed. As far as, like, a fun football movie.
I like The Devil's Advocate better than that, but I like other football movies better than Any Given Sunday.
I guess. I mean, it's like so many football movies are like Remember the Titans.
This
and
is
like,
also right around where Al Pacino just started doing his yelling at everything, because in both movies he does it.
Yeah.
He just screams it, and
Yeah.
then now that's all
But
he
it
does.
makes sense as a coach to be screaming.
True.
So it works.
But he was the devil in the other one, so I'm pretty sure the devil gets to yell a lot if he wants.
I guess if you're Al Pacino.
Oh yeah, spoilers on fucking The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, spoilers on a movie with the devil in the name. The Devil's Advocate. There's two people. One of those people is the advocate. The other's the devil.
Who's who?
Guess who it is? Whoa. Happy Feet was a fun movie though.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday?
Willie
Sorry,
Beeman. Yeah.
Steamin' Willie Beeman. Potentially, Scary Movie 2 versus The Fugitive.
It should. It clicked pretty quick. I gotta go with The Fugitive on this one.
Yeah. I don't know of any parody movie. Maybe one of the... I don't know. The Wedding Singer versus Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
I mean, I'm not a big Wedding Singer fan. So.
I don't like that movie. I've never got what
it's
anyone
okay.
got about that
I
movie.
just don't care to see movies based in the 80s, like, as a period piece. Like, I don't mind movies from the 80s that have that feel, like, you know, Back to the Future and
but
shit.
when you stylize
But,
something
like,
as the 80s, it's too 80s.
It's like, but it's like a decade that I don't give a fuck about. There's nothing that came out of the 80s that I'm like, aside from a few movies, but like the music of the 80s, I like the music of the 90s way more than the 80s. I mean, there's some good, there's like the popular classic shit that came out of there, but most of it's like it's like the shit that I hate the most.
Yeah.
Like synthesized and fucking very like electric, like shit that you go to a club and do cocaine and dance with like shiny shit everywhere. Just like the aesthetic of the 80s is disgust, neon everything. So I'm good with half a good movie. Full Metal Jacket.
Fuck that Wedding Singer. I don't know. People like the
It's
movie.
all right. I
just-
don't hate it. It's not my.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's...
I like that way more than Little Nicky.
Maybe if you
sure.
were just at that age at that time and I wasn't.
I mean, it's like it's got stuff in it. It's just like it's compared to Little Nicky. I'll take that. I'll rewatch that movie 5 times before rewatching Little Nicky once. Like I dislike Little Nicky. It was like offensive
it's
to watch.
fucking-
But The Wedding Singer is just a comedy I don't really like.
His voice was so stupid. The whole
It
time.
was just I don't know.
Everything
the whole
was
thing
stupid
was
about
dumb. Yeah. Plus, it's like a whole like fantasy genre of shit where like this fake person is like real. Like I don't believe in the Bible, so like watching a movie where the devil is the thing, it's like go fuck yourself, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about your fake.
I don't believe you.
bullshit. It's like I'll rather get into Harry Potter and He Who Should Not Be Named. That's a good bad guy. But this Bible shit, get out of
Darth
here.
Vader's a pretty good bad guy.
He's not the devil.
No.
Like literally the devil. Like there's a movie called Frailty where it's like God, I can't remember his name. I want to say Bill Paxton, but it might not be. It might be another actor similar. Maybe like
Bill Pullman.
it might be, yeah. But it was like he had like 2 kids. It's kind of an independent movie, horror kind of thing, but he was like visited by angels to like kill people.
Yeah.
And then the twist at the end, spoilers, is that like everybody, like the whole time you're thinking, oh, he's crazy, he's going insane, he's going to kill his kids or whatever. I don't remember the whole. It's a decent movie, but the twist at the end is like, oh no, he's actually receiving. Angels are real, and they're communicating with him to do these things because, like, they're bad people or whatever. Like, it's a legitimate reason. Like, well, oh, okay, thanks. Like, oh, that's a great twist. God's real, and he's sending angels to communicate.
Tell people to murder other people.
It's just like any movie that has that kind of twist to it. It's like I don't need your. I'm done with that story. I've had enough of it. There's other stories.
I read.
I don't need to.
Wasn't that impressed.
I never read it. I had fucking people tell me stories about it, and it's like, okay, they're nice stories, but it's not a fucking documentary. Even documentaries aren't documentaries. And I don't need a movie to have that hinging. It's like, oh, the devil. All right. Demons are fine. That's different. Like Legend.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was technically the devil.
I think he was the devil in that universe, but
it was a very fantasy movie
he still
anyway.
spoke to his father, so there was there was an evil above him.
Yeah.
So Superman, the original, versus Lethal Weapon, the original.
I mean, I gotta go Lethal Weapon on this one.
I'm with you. I like the first Superman.
I mean,
have you went back and watched them? They're not great.
No, I mean they get worse, but still, I'd rather watch all of those Superman movies than any of the new shit that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't mind Superman Returns. Superman Returns was a decent movie. I don't care if it like fucks with kryptonite a little bit. But
it also shows Superman's a fucking terrible dad.
Yeah, and there's dark moments in that franchise too.
Yeah.
Like when he goes, there's like the evil version of him, and I don't know.
There's a third one.
Yeah, I know, but that's franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, Lethal
Weapon one.
Yeah, the Superman movies, even though I like them, they don't hold up.
I mean, they're of the time, so it's like, yeah, for sure. But still, it's like they didn't have the special effects they have now, so it's like, okay, they're doing the best they can. But even with that, they're better movies than the fucking hundreds of millions of dollars of budgets.
I still cared more about Superman in that than I did in any of the Zack Snyder.
Yeah, they're just good movies with, dated special effects versus great special effects on like put on. It's like frosting on a plate. There's not even a fucking bread on the bottom of it. There's nothing filling. It's all frosting with slow-mo shots. I've never seen Tekken.
Neither have I. Played the video game
I think I played the video game. Not a lot, but I think I had a friend that had it. Tomorrow Never Dies. You see that one?
Seen it.
All right.
I saw all the Pierce Brosnan ones.
28 Days Later. Fucking 28 Days Later for sure.
Yeah. Tomorrow Never Dies is... I've just never been a James Bond person.
He definitely didn't make it good. A couple of the newer guys ones. The last
Daniel
one I
Craig.
didn't even.
I've heard terrible reviews about the last two.
Yeah, second to last one I watched and it was dog shit. The newest one, I heard it was bad, so I was like, fuck that. But the first two, I think that was out of 4.
I heard those were
those
good,
were really because it's like super action.
Yeah.
Good like car chase, parkour scenes, fight scenes, kind of. I enjoyed them. Way more entertaining than James Bond. Although Pierce Brosnan's done movies, like independent movies, since that franchise, where he's playing kind of like a 007 character, and those are great. Like, he could have been a good 007.
They just didn't.
They just had shitty directors and writers. They handled it wrong. But yeah, 28 Days Later was
like Denise
really
Richards
fun.
was one of his Bond girls, and
that's all they cared about then.
She is
like
she was not a good actress.
It's like, what pop director is like McG or whatever?
Yeah.
He had I would assume he would be one of the directors, but it's like, whatever the pop director is, we need to get whatever the hot actress is as a Bond girl. We need to get whatever popular band. Actually, I don't even know if they were. Now they do more popular bands or musicians to do the intro song.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were doing that then. And then it's just like, what kind of car is he going to drive? That's it. It was just like, oh, let's just plug in these formulas and run with it. Oh my goodness. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's not Nazis this time. It's aliens. Versus Ghost.
Ghost for sure.
Yep.
Ghost for being like a sappy movie's a good movie.
Yeah. School of Rock versus Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
I don't like School of Rock.
I didn't mind it. It's more of a kid's movie, so it's like I don't know. It's not a movie that I need to watch again, but it's like if I was a teenager watching that, I'd be like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
I'd probably like it. But yeah, Good Will Hunting, the only good Ben Affleck movie, and he's not good in it, actually. Dead Poet Society, another Robin Williams classic, versus Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Kind of one of the first live action blended with animation, 2D animation. I mean, Dead Poet Society is a good movie. It's not one of my favorite Robin Williams movies.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
Roger
Cap's my
Rabbit on
captain.
this.
I've never been that passionate about a teacher.
No, neither have I.
I was like watching that. It's like,
I'm like,
I wish I had a teacher that
So
good.
did I.
Fuck you, kids. You preppy fucking assholes.
yeah.
I think they were preppy. I can't remember that movie enough. And Roger Rabbit's okay, but I'll go with it over Dead Poet. Yeah.
Yeah. You dead poets.
Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby versus the Addams Family.
Shake and bake.
For sure.
Shake
I'm going to tackle that like a spider monkey.
and bake. Shake and bake.
500 Days of Summer. I love that movie. All right. So the X-Files versus Never Seen Critics' Choice.
Funny that we're critically choosing things and having.
Well, mildly critically. I've not seen the Decalogue.
I don't even know what the fuck that would be about. Nope.
I've not seen My Sister's Keeper.
I
But
vaguely
somebody should
remember it.
check on why she's being kept somewhere. Maybe that's the premise for Room. The Matrix Reloaded, the second or part one of two, because it doesn't really have an ending.
It's the second movie.
Versus the X-Files movie from 1998. I
Matrix.
gotta go to The Matrix. Yeah. It's a nice, easy win for The Matrix Reloaded, because it's not going to win much.
Not gonna win much.
Kung Fu Hustle. Seen it?
Yep.
Kind of very more cartoon, like if Warner Brothers fucked Kung Pao.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Versus The Wrestler.
The Wrestler.
Yeah.
Wrestler's a really good movie that I
It
will
is.
probably never rewatch.
I might at some point, but it's not super rewatchable. It's kind of slow, kind of a bummer.
Super bummer.
Fucking Academy Award winner is
Yeah.
in it. Marissa Tomei.
Tomei. Marissa Tomei. Oh. I'm betting this isn't going to be what we're voting on. There we go.
George of the Jungle.
Seen it?
I mildly remember. I've never seen Pride and Prejudice,
Nope.
nor do I have a desire. Neither of these movies. Really.
I've got prejudice towards that.
Sure.
Nope.
Never seen nor read The Letter.
1940s classic.
Ooh, Meet the Fockers
So the second
versus George of the Jungle. I gotta go with Meet the Fockers.
one. Yeah.
I mean, George of the Jungle, whatever. Brendan Fraser.
But he's your favorite actor.
I know. That's why it's so disappointing to go with Meet the Fockers.
I mean, you love the Mummy franchise.
I know it's disappointing that it's gonna start looking more actiony and
More,
entertaining.
more Tom Cruise-y.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Tom Cruise versus Brennan.
Why tu mama también?
Y tu mama tambien. Have you seen it?
No.
No.
Have you?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
What
it's
the fuck?
It's the dude that I think both of the actors are like in everything now. They're like I don't know. It's a good movie.
Wait, is the one dude the dude from Rogue One?
Yeah. Yep. And then the other, I mean, they're both in a bunch of shit. They do a lot of work. They're great actors too. It's all in Spanish, so it's subtitled. But it's like these two young kids. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched it. I've only watched it once. These kids are like in Mexico on like a road trip going somewhere with one of the dude's moms, I think. Or no, it's just an older lady. Anyway, there's like a threesome scene. It couldn't have been her mom. But there's like a threesome scene with the lady and the two dudes. But it's, I don't know. It's like that's all I really remember about it. And their acting was good. And they've, like, everything they've been in is fucking great. They're always great in it. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Seen it?
Yes. It's a great movie.
Absolutely. X-Men Last Stand. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. Which one is that one?
The Magneto
06.
lifts the bridge to Alcatraz, and then got the darts with the cure, and then it's
Is
terrible.
there like a scene with like a kid with fireballs at the beginning of it?
There's like, yeah, he's in all of them, but yeah, there is.
All right. I mean, Tucker and Dale versus.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd like to cut out. And how about this? I don't know if I've seen that one. Let's do that. Although that might fuck Tucker and Dale now. Nope. The Italian Job, the Mini Cooper commercial.
Yes.
Versus starring Mark Wahlberg. I mean, he's doing a lot of commercials. This was a full length commercial. Versus Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
Edward Norton gets killed super early on in the movie. Spoilers for a shitty movie.
Pulls a fucking
like,
James Franco.
If you're a friend of that guy, James Franco went next level. He was like, he's like, all he had
the
to do.
credits are still rolling.
He probably did it at his own house. He probably has a green screen at his house, and he's just like, just film this. Doesn't have to be a good camera. It's going on an iPad anyway. And then, 5 minutes, boom, send it off. Residuals. It's for the rest of your life for a movie that's totally not going to make him rich. Lethal Weapon 3. Okay. Versus A League of Their Own. There's no crying in baseball.
I'm going to have to go A League of Their Own. I fucking love that movie.
I'm okay with that.
Lethal Weapon 3 is a good movie too, but
yeah.
It's...
Is that the one, South Africa?
No, that's the second one.
Oh.
The third one is with Joe Pesci most of the time.
Yeah, I enjoyed Joe Pesci.
And then the fourth one, Jet Li.
Chris Rock was in the third one too. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, the last of the mariachi series or franchise, whatever.
That's the fourth one, right? Technically,
it's the last one. I don't know. Was El Mariachi, Desperado, and then I think this.
No,
I think it's 3.
Wait, because there's the one with, or this is the one.
This is the one where he goes blind. This is horrible. It's not a good movie.
This is the one with Johnny Depp and Enrique Iglesias, and they're like all three the mariachis.
Johnny Depp goes blind in it, and then he has to it's not good.
And one guy's got a rocket launcher
it's
in
not,
his.
Desperado, the best of the franchise.
Oh, by far. Yeah.
There might have been one more in there, but I know that's the last one for sure. And it's just not good. Versus Twister, which is fun.
It's adequate.
I'd rather watch Twister than
just
I don't
to
have
see
any
a
desire.
cow fly by.
I don't have a desire. I mean, he's basically Johnny Depp is almost. I think it was early Pirates, maybe. I don't know. That may have been the turn, and I may have liked the first Pirates, but I'm Twister.
I did like the first Pirates. I didn't mind it.
I liked them. I think I liked the first two, maybe.
Yeah, the second
and
one
then
didn't bother me.
They progressively
stopped.
They progressively just became watch Johnny Depp be drunk doing shit. Anaconda versus I Know What You Did Last Summer.
This is a weird one. This is straight late 90s.
Yeah, kind of cheesy horror. I mean, one's more teen horror. The other one's kind of monster horror. Because, there's no teenagers on it.
Terrible when you look back on that movie.
Yeah. Dude, what was I just... fucking Men in Black 2.
Yeah.
Horrible CG. Horrible. So bad. Like, Johnny Knoxville has a second head that looks stupid as shit. The
girl
bad
with her
guy,
fingers.
every time it wraps around, necks and shit, there's no attention to detail where it's it doesn't look like it's actually... It's in the collar, but the collar doesn't move ever.
Yeah.
It just looked so bad. So bad. But still, I'm sure Anaconda's worse.
Well, with a lineup like early J-Lo and Ice Cube and John Voight, how could Anaconda go wrong?
They did make sequels to both of these movies.
They didn't make a sequel to Anaconda, did they?
I think they did. I don't know if it came out right away, but I'm pretty sure there's a second one.
I know
out
they
there
made
somewhere.
a sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I still know what you did last summer.
And it was worse than the first one.
But at the time, it's I had no standards for shit. It's like a bunch of beautiful people on screen.
I liked both of these movies when they came out.
Anaconda was okay. I'd probably go with I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, just for Jennifer Love Hewitt's tits.
Sure. What do you want from me?
And Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Yeah. It's a bunch of the beautiful people at the time. What was that other one?
Ryan Phillippe and
I I just watched,
Freddie
or I
Prinze Jr.?
started to watch something where Ryan Phillippe was in it, like a newer thing.
Yeah.
Because he has I haven't seen that motherfucker in forever.
He's
Like,
still in stuff.
Way
but
of the
it's-
Gun was the last movie I think I saw of his. And then this other one, but I don't think I got through it. Or he was just a small part in it. Shrek, the first one, versus Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah. Shrek's really fun, though.
It is a fun movie. Jackie Brown's probably the most underrated Tarantino movie.
But it's hard to rate Tarantino. Well, I mean, maybe Death Proof.
True.
Eddie the Eagle. Have you
Haven't
seen
seen
it?
it,
I've
still.
kind of watched it, but no, I don't know. I just kind of check it out. It's supposed to be good, though.
Speak of the
Hey, Death Proof versus Mr. Deeds.
Death Proof.
Death Proof. Mr. Deeds not horrible, but still not great.
No, his Blackfoot thing was bothersome.
Yeah. Still better than Little Nicky. Avatar versus the Cable Guy. I didn't like the Cable Guy when I first saw it. I don't know, maybe I just didn't get dark comedies or whatever.
Yeah, it was
And
the first
seeing
time Jim
a
Carrey
weird-
wasn't.
He was dark. He was still
very
wacky,
dark.
but like scary wacky. Like
Yeah.
Crackhead. Like if that guy was showing up at my door.
I really like it. I think it's a good movie.
It's all right. I mean, I've rewatched. It's okay. It's just not. I don't know. With there's a handful of dark comedies that I
And while
really
Avatar's
love.
a beautiful movie with
Avatar
amazing, it's whatever. I don't care about it.
Is like the computer generated Dances with Wolves or Ferngully or. It looks great. Like
don't
it used
care
to have
about
the best 3D
Yeah.
up until fucking this past year. We've gotten a few movies that I think have better 3D than Avatar. Avatar, not original kind of story, and kind of unobtainium is this shit they're getting.
It's the dumbest fucking name of all time.
And he keeps pushing back like the 5 sequels that he's going to do. So like the next one's not going to come out till like
2019.
if we're lucky. I mean, it was supposed to be out
Do
already.
people still give a fuck at that point? I don't think people still give a fuck about the original. I don't.
No, I mean,
No one's like, I can't wait till we get back to fucking.
But it's like he's filming shit
Pandora.
now, right? He's filming shit now, and it's going to come out, and he's doing all of them now. But like, he's going to stagger the release, so he's like using new technology today. But the last
So it's gonna
movie
look
that he's going to
old 10
release
years from now.
yeah, by the
shot
time the
on
last one gets out,
bullshit now.
it's gonna be like who knows where 3D is gonna be? It's gonna be like they're gonna have to reconvert. I don't know. It's just fucking stupid. And it's like the first one was long enough. Why do we need so many?
The fuck? I don't understand what we're gonna do.
What
Like,
what movie plot are you gonna copy next?
What more? What
for
more
this one?
do you want to do on that world? There's nothing I want to do. I guarantee the
I'm
next.
good.
Yeah, just the humans come back and want to fight more, and then they have to fight again, and then it's just like.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, they're probably never gonna come out. I mean, it's years away. Should have been out already. So it's like,
Yeah, they
hold
were
your breath. Hold your
originally
breath.
supposed to already be out.
Well, at least one of them, and then he's like, "Oh, I want to do more," and then it's like, "Oh, we'll just keep pushing this shit back." And now he's producing a show on something. He's just producing it though, so he's not going to be directing it. But it's like, why don't you get your pride? Get the fucking these movies done.
Make
or
the
whatever.
fucking movie.
Oh, it's a Terminator 2 remake, or not remake, but I think it's just a new Terminator movie with Arnold. But another director is going to do it. He's going to produce it. I don't know. It's whatever. James Cameron's name doesn't necessarily get me excited about movies because I know what he's bringing to the table. I know what a James Cameron movie, and it works sometimes. Terminator 2, my favorite of his movies by far. What he did to that franchise, I mean, it's kind of fucked up now. I watched the last 2 or 3
Let's be clear.
Terminator movies.
One wasn't that fucking good.
I never
anyway.
watched all of one. It's kind
not
of slow.
that fucking good. Sorry, people who fucking love the first Terminator, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. Terminator 2 is the only acceptable Terminator movie.
Yeah, Terminator 3 was horrible. So bad.
Oh, that chick or whatever.
It's
Fucking
just
stupid.
horrible. It's stupid. Cable Guy?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a few more.
Fucking blue Avatar people. No one gives a fuck, James Cameron.
No. Army of Darkness versus King Kong.
The Jack Black,
yeah.
Adrian Brody.
Yeah. The one that was way too long. Way too long. I mean, now that we've seen Kong, Skull Island, that movie can go fuck itself forever.
And
I'm never going to... As far as a King Kong movie, the first one I'm going to is Kong Skull Island. And maybe, like, the early one if I want to see how it all
and maybe
started.
the first half hour of this movie and,
Nope.
and the last half
Nope,
hour of
not
that
watching
movie.
any of King Kong. There's none... It's like, whatever. I don't give a shit about it. It's like a bunch of, like...
And the
like
effects
Adrian
aren't that
Brody
good.
and Jack Black, it's like the casting. I don't like they're good in shit, but in this movie, it's just I didn't like it.
And I
all.
love Army of
dinosaurs.
Darkness.
Some
Dinosaurs?
CG, some of the CGs just fall apart.
Oh yeah,
in
when
that
they're
movie.
running
It's
from
so
the
bad.
dinosaurs is a lot of fucked
So
up CG.
bad. Kong Skull Island blows that fucking movie completely out of the water.
And Army of Darkness, the third of the Evil Dead trilogy.
which I don't even know if I've seen that one.
What? That's
Is
the
that the
best
one where he attaches the thing to his hand, or is that which one is that?
He
I
has
mean, I've
the
probably seen it.
the saw attached to his hand. He had to cut off his hand in the second one, but
Okay.
then he goes
So
back.
then I've
he goes
seen
back
that
in
one.
time in this one, and it's all like
I've probably
in
seen
the
it.
medieval ages, and then he fights like a whole bone army, and
Yeah, I need to revisit that series. Well, I'm good with going with the Army of Darkness.
fuck yeah, Army of Darkness
I
for
know.
the win. Do like two more?
Even that director, who's the he did the Lord of the Rings movies. What's that director's name?
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson. Fucking cut the goddamn films down to 2 hours, please. Does every film have to be like 3.5 hours?
or
A King Kong movie.
or make it into fucking 8 films like you did The Hobbit. Which
No,
is The Hobbit.
I don't want fucking series like that
no,
either.
No, neither do I. Which The Hobbit
like-
should have been one movie. The Hobbit's not even that big
Make
of a book.
fucking 2-hour movie and be done. That's it. Just do that. I'm challenging you. Make a 2-hour movie, motherfucker, and just leave it. Just leave it. I just want to see a 2-hour movie from this guy. He's got talent.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to see 3 hours and a half of his talent fucking jizzed all over. Oh, I'm so good with this visual. You saw what I did with Lord of the Rings? I'm just gonna apply that to all the bullshit I do. Make them long, do crazy CG shit. I'm over it. You got a booger?
Yeah.
Did I get it?
I saw it
It's
just a
very
second
dry.
ago, and it was very hanging out. And I was.
Anyway,
I don't know that I've seen Traffic.
It's good, little long too, but better than King Kong. It's like a drug movie where you're following the cops and you're following the drug dealers. A lot of great actors in it. Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, I know I've
and
seen
fucking-
pieces of it, but I
Yeah.
can't tell you anything about that movie.
It's really good, but yeah.
Final Destination, the original.
Which I don't mind.
No,
I
it's
didn't mind
all
the
right.
first one. I've even gone back and watched the other ones, and they're basically all the same
They're
movie.
all
But
the
it's
same
like,
movie.
what crazy kill scenes are they going to do? That's the only reason to watch it.
Sure, it's gonna change again.
Ugh.
It's a shame. I really want to downvote Starsky.
I
and
know.
Hutch, 'cause all right, maybe it's gonna let us.
All right, Final Destination versus the remake of Starsky and Hutch, the movie,
Yeah.
which is pretty dog
Ben
shit.
Stiller and Owen Wilson. I'm
It's
pretty
just-
sure Ben Stiller directed that one too.
He may have, but it's just like another one of these fucking TV show remakes, and it's like comedy. It's like I don't. First off, who the fuck gives a shit about Starsky and Hutch? I
No
mean,
one,
what
obviously.
generation are you going towards? And then it's like,
They
I don't
also
know.
remade the A-Team back then, and
yeah, which I tried to watch that
because
recently. I've
Rampage
never
was in
watched it.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah, I know. Well, it's it's
The original show wasn't even that great.
I like the original show, but I think I've tried to revisit it, and it's like, all right. Well, same thing with like MacGyver.
It's hard
Doesn't
to watch
really
any
hold
of
up.
those. You know what I
Quantum
can
Leap
watch?
kind of holds
I can
up.
watch MASH.
I was never into
Never
MASH.
got old for me. Like I can
never
still
was
watch
into MASH.
Cheers.
I probably still watch Cheers. There's some shows I can still watch for sure.
Yeah. Final
Uh,
Destination for sure.
Cheers movie. That'd be a cool like independent movie. Just in the Cheers, in the bar, just like the show was. And it's like you see
All new people.
different
though.
interactions. Yeah, fuck, you don't need everybody, but like do like a I don't know. I don't know what
Does
you
Ted
do.
Danson have to cameo in it somewhere somehow?
Sure. I mean, he could be.
Most of those guys are still alive.
Yeah, I mean, I could see cameos with all of them. They could easily just be in there, like in the bar.
Kirstie
Not even
Alley
they could be in a
still
conversation
alive.
in the
Woody
background.
Harrelson's still
Yeah.
alive. Rhea Perlman's still alive.
Everybody but the coach that died during
Coach
the
died
show.
during the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norm and Cliff are both alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could do all cameos. I don't necessarily want to see maybe one of them be a main character or, supporting.
Diane Keaton's still alive?
I'm sure, yeah. I don't know, though, but... Final Destination or Starsky and Hutch? Final Destination.
For sure. Last one?
Yeah. All right. Oh, shit. Pretty easy one. Dude, Where's My Car versus Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, for sure. That was pretty... I kind of like that poster.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, that's it. Pretty easy one to go off on. You can check out our top list over
I don't think
at
we took anything to the
FlickChart.
judges today.
Nope. Which is good. There was a couple that, like the RoboCop versus something.
None
I
of them I
may have-
cared enough about the
It's like,
other
I just don't
movie.
feel like looking it up.
Yeah.
I'm not passionate enough about either of these or amped up enough to argue about it. So you can check out our top list of movies, flickchart.com/IDP. You can go donate to our show, and I was going to say Pandora. But that place doesn't exist. Pandora doesn't exist. I guess the
Send
music
us some
app does.
Unobtainium.
Yeah, but you can donate to our Patreon page, patreon.com/inspireddisorder. $1 a month, $12 a year. Perks if you donate more. You can also follow Keith at Keith Spurlock 1 on Twitter. You can follow me at Ray Taylor on Twitter and Instagram. Go to inspireddisorder.com for links to our Facebook page, YouTube. Subscribe everywhere, donate everywhere, and if you like artwork, you're looking to decorate a wall with some shit, there's a Photoshop series that is up there, IDP Prints, and there's an ink drawing series up there, The Many Faces, so you can buy those things. And probably going to be a sale. I think Memorial Day is coming up, and so there'll probably be a sale for that. I don't know what kind of discount, but follow me on Instagram or Twitter to see what kind of discount you can get so you can buy some shirts. All right, people, that's it. Have a great week. We're done here. Peace.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.